Today we're going to be building an adapter for the kitchen. This is a 220 volts what is this plug? L14-20P to a I forget what this one is called as well, but this is a pretty typical 220 air conditioner plug for capacities, let's say like 14K through 27, around there. Most of them use this plug. So I have a 220 outlet in the kitchen, which I put in for Christmas time this year, this past winter, and it has this plug. So the air conditioner takes this plug, so I'm going to put the wire on this and then put this in here and be able to plug in the air conditioner. This is a piece of scrap wire from something, I don't know where it came from, but it's 12-3, which is all that we need. So we're going to use this piece of wire. We need that tool, and we need this tool. Don't need a lot of length, just enough to get the thing to sit up on the windowsill. So probably about this much should be good. This is stranded wire, so it should be fairly easy to work with, at least for getting the plug on. Trying to get the solid wire into these plugs is a bit of a challenge. No, it's very thick insulation on there. Alright, let's see how much extra slack we need inside this. Now this looks like it's going to be one of those square bits that can also just so happen to be a Phillips. Yeah, it's definitely a square bit. I guess I'm going to have to get a screwdriver that is has those bits. Okay, so now we're going to use X, Y, and W. We're not going to, no, that's not correct. We're going to use X, Y, and ground. We don't need the common in this case because this air conditioner doesn't have common. It doesn't need it. It's just ground and then the two high sides. You only would need the common if there was something on the unit that would run on 120, but there's nothing on there that would run on 120. Sometimes you have like a dryer, for example, has a 4-wire plug. That's because the light bulb is 120 volts. But the air conditioner is simple, straight 220 unit. We probably only need about half of what we stripped back, so we'll just cut off the excess. Not a big deal. Alright, Now I thought I had bought a cover for this thing, for the outlet, but now I can't find it. And I can't go to the store right now to get one. It's 87 degrees of high humidity. Will probably have us thinking heat stroke trying to get to the store and back. So maybe I'll go later tonight when it, if it cools down a bit. But I can use it without the cover. It's just cosmetics as far as I'm concerned. Alright, so we're going to switch this to 12. This is 12.3. And ideally this could be tinned with some solder, but this is such a thick piece of wire, I feel like it's not going to be a problem. Alright, so W we don't need, we'll just close that up. Not going to use that. We'll do, I don't like this now because our color schema is getting unconventional, but we'll do black and white for X and Y, and in the ground will be the green. It makes the most sense of what we have here. I'd prefer to use a 4-piece wire in this case, so we can use red and black as the high sides, but I don't have another piece on hand, and this wire is kind of expensive, so it's not worth it in this case. If it was something going in the wall, I'd want to make sure it's done properly in terms of the color schema, so it's not confusing later on if I gotta work with it again. But this is just a little adapter, it's not a big deal. If I find that this continues to fray as I put it in there, I will have to get the soldering iron and tin it. That seemed to go pretty easy. So that noise, you know, that might have been actually the carrier air conditioner compressor shutting down. At whole unit kicks quite a bit when that starts up and shuts down. It's a big unit. Or it could have been something blowing off the deck. It's very very windy today. Come on, get over there. Okay, pretty good length of wire left. Looks like I nicked the high side a bit there when I was doing the stripping, but it's not going to be a problem because it's encased in this. There is zero potential for that to cause a problem. The clamp is much further back than that. Okay, the plug-in is all set now. So now we get this part out. And we're going to get some supplies here. I gotta get a 1/4 inch, or no, that's a 3/4 knockout. See if I have any of those. That might be why this was sitting in the box of spare parts, because I don't have any of those. Well, this is not a work stoppage. I do have other boxes. Oh boy, I'll use this behind the back of the shelf there. I do have other ones that we can use if I don't have any in stock here, which I don't think that I do. Alright, let's check. Let's check in this thing by the wall here. Oh, here we go. I have 1, 2, I have 5 of them left. Non-metallic. Oh, and a grounding screw as well. And we've got a piece of wire to bond to the box. Sorry, the box! Gosh, it sounds like a farm in here. Wow, it's getting really windy. I don't know if we're going to get some severe thunderstorms later today. There is a chance of rain in the forecast. It rained, I guess, this morning. I don't know. I didn't get up early today, but when I got up, it was all wet. Everything was wet outside. Okay, that should be enough. For heaven's sakes. Okay. This really is not the best table to work at because you can't put your knees under the table. Oh well, it serves its purpose. I'm turning these fans on. I'm sweating in here. But I have zero complaints. I'm glad it's finally hot. It has not been warm at all this summer. This is like the first really warm day that we've had. The majority of this summer up through, I guess technically it's spring, but it's the warm months around here. The majority of June I used the heat again. I think I used the heat the last time on the 18th maybe, which is really late in the year. I sure do like ice cream. And today seems like a great ice cream day. But there's gonna be so many people at the ice cream store, I don't even want to bother with it. Not to mention there's nowhere to eat inside the place. So you're gonna sit outside in this and then the ice cream is gonna be melted by the time you actually finish eating it. There's going to be ambient temperature cream at that rate. Okay, yeah, I wish I had the other, that flat utility knife out here. Would have been a lot easier than this. This will get the job done though. Gotta be very delicate with this to not cut through and then go to the wire. And a lot of wire has different thicknesses of the insulation, so it always requires a different amount of force. Perfect, didn't nick a thing. It's like this took a visit to a farm and went into wool areas covered in some kind of like cotton or something. Okay, so we will take the ground and we'll bond. It would be easier to make that connection too. And technically this is redundant because if we bond the switch, then the box becomes bonded to the switch. I think that this outlet was previously used upstairs in the living room before I bumped that up to 220. I think that's what this was from. I mean, before I changed it to 30 amp, it was always 220. This is not the most ideal case. This should definitely probably be tinned, but I think I'm going to be able to get a good enough clamp on it anyways. I wouldn't do it this way if it was a permanent setup, but it's just a temporary adapter. Yeah, that's had a decent grab on it. Yeah, that's got a good grab on it. It's fine. It'll be copacetic. And you can tell me in the comments box that it's not. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just put this in the bottom of the box, and then I'll connect both of these to the switch. Oh, this wire is no good. I wonder where I clipped this from. This is a scrap I just clipped from somewhere else, but it's all sticky. And the stickiness comes from when the insulation starts to break down. This, yeah, we're not using that. It's no good. We'll just connect it to the switch and then the outlet, and then the outlet will bond to the box, and then the box will be bonded that way. And I want to introduce sticky wire into the situation. It's no good. Okay, that's copacetic now. Let's go ahead and close this up. It all the way. Okay, and stick this in here like this. Yep, it's worth the 3 seconds to change the bit. Oh no, we have a problem. The screw is hitting that. I gotta see if I can find the shorter screw now. It always has to be a problem. Can't stuff just be simple. Hopefully I have some screws that will fit that are shorter. Quite the plethora of screws here. Hopefully we got something that'll work. These are stainless, so they're almost impossible to cut. They can be cut, but it's not easy. This might work. It's not really the right threads, but I don't really care. If it gets, ow! If it gets the job done, it gets the job done. It doesn't get the job done. It's just a hair too loose, so it ultimately is just spinning inside the hole. Okay, good try, but did not work. This might work. It is not the right threads either, but I still don't care. It'll just rethread. Actually, it threaded pretty well. Okay, that's fine. We'll do that. That works. Alright, now I don't have the daggone cover, which I really thought that I had a daggone cover. I don't know where it is now. Oh well, at least the adapter is ready to go, and next time I'm at the store, probably when it's not a heat wave, I will pick up a new, unless of course I find it before then. I might have put it somewhere else. But I would think if I set it aside that I would have put it with that large plug, and I don't see it here. So I thought there was a I don't know. If I find it, I'll just tack it on later. It's not anything particularly interesting. If you want to see me screw a cover onto an outlet box, I'm sure I have some other videos that show that.